First off, the first thing, the very, very first thing is this. Who you making the music for? That's the first thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of feel like, let me make music for everybody. That's where you have a mistake. I make music for my friends. That's it. Anybody else that with me is extra. I don't make music for everybody. I make music for the niggas that live my lifestyle, that's it. Being I can identify that, it make it more easier for me to know who I'm marketing towards.
Right.
So the first thing is know who you rapping for. Like a lot of got talent and they all over the place.
Right.
Once you know who you rapping for, then it's a lot more easier to serve them. That's the first thing. Second thing is get you a good distributor that's gonna give you a shot to be seen. You know what I'm saying? So like what I mean by that, like, I'm not knocking the TuneCores and the distro kids, right? But it's levels to this shit, you know what I'm saying? And you wanna make sure you get with a distributor that's gonna give you a fighting chance and have some visibility. You know what I mean? And it's a few distributors out there that y'all, get y'all some situations with, but that's important, you know what I mean, to make sure that.
Who are the distributors?
Oh man, it's a long list of them, man. You got Orchard, Empire. Orchard, Empire is good. The old E1, which is Monarch now, those is good. Those is 3 that I've personally dealt with and got good results.
What about Bandcamp?
Bandcamp,
that's not a distributor.
Bandcamp is really not a distributor. Bandcamp is like a site for like fans that support you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like just a community of fans that support you. It's good to have to build that, community and shit, but it's not something that's gonna get you on every DSP.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, those three distributors right there is good companies that I got good results from.
Shout out to Viper. It's another good one. They're really good.
Okay.
But the problem is most of these guys, like he's saying, when he says you have to get a fighting chance, they move like the labels do now. Right. Now it's all caught up. It's almost the same thing. If you don't have a certain name, if you don't have a certain cachet, you get pushed to the back burner for the guy who does. So if that's why a 38 Spesh formula for putting out music, he should not keep to himself, but he should be very careful about where he doles that out, because it's not one size fits all. Yeah, a bunch of people watching this are gonna try what he's doing, and when it doesn't work for them, they're gonna blame him. Like, it's your fault. You was bullshitting. You was lying. 38 Spesh is lying. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, it works for him every time. But the game is not one size fits all, y'all. It's not gonna work like that.
But the basic general shit of knowing who you targeting and marketing towards,
major key,
is the major key. That's kind of like fits every situation.
Major key.
You know what I'm saying? Far as how you execute it, it's all different ways to go about it. You know what I'm saying? But a good distributor, you know what I'm saying? Knowing who you making music for, and then being consistent. That's really what key. So those 3 things right there, see, and it's one fan at a time. We trying to get on overnight. You got to accept the fact that you're building one fan at a time, and every time you put out something, you get in a shot to build more fans. And the less shots you take, the less fans you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So I look at this like how I used to look at the streets and shit. You got some niggas who all got their own clientele. You might got, a bunch of licks on your phone. He might got a bunch of licks on his phone. I might not have none. So now I'm studying the game to be like, yo, who got licks? See, I don't really looking at like who got fans, because fans come and go. I'm looking at who making money off this shit independently. Those the guys that I want to network with. Those the guys that I want to do music with. Some of these guys I ain't even heard, but they got licks. I'm doing this shit for money. See, it's 2 type of different ways to approach this shit. I tell niggas all the time. You could do this shit for a look, or you could do this shit for money. A lot of guys is paying for features and doing shit, not even knowing no way they're gonna make their money back because they doing it for a look.
Right.
I used to be like that too. Not knowing, I just wanted a look. But then it's like, when you start doing this shit for money, you don't stop caring about the look. Right. You start looking at who making the money and aligning yourself with who making the money. They might not be the most popular motherfucker.
Right.
You know, you might take a big bag and go get a big feature with somebody that's popular that's not really gonna support you because you're looking for a look.
Label ain't even gonna clear it.
Label not gonna clear it possibly, and they possibly not even gonna support it.
Right.
Because you just another nigga that's just spending $1 with them. But it's another nigga who probably don't even want that much money, who making money, who gonna be something a couple years from now that you could align yourself with, who gonna appreciate you breaking bread with them. See, we be skipping past that. We skip past that, try to go straight for the guy that's popping when it's guys that's surviving. And you gotta work your way. You can't skip past no steps in this.
Who's the guys like that for you?
Everybody in this lane, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all the people I align myself with, like, you know, man, it's a long list of everybody I produce for, from the Flea Lords to the Graphs to the Bennies to everybody that's just moving independently. You know what I'm saying? And it's a community of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, I treat this shit like the streets. It's like everybody got their own licks. I see a nigga spot hit and I'm like, oh, let me go over there, see what's going on over there. We need to do something. Let's figure something out because I need some of them licks. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how that shit is. And after a minute of time, you're going to have a phone with all of your licks. And they going to take care of you. But the thing about it is a nigga think he just going to come out there and just get all of these customers. Nah, it's one customer at a time. You got to show a customer that you consistent so they can fuck with you. You build one at a time and you don't need a lot. They think that you need a lot. You don't need a lot. Good certain amount of customers, you're going to live. And that's just that's the routine that I have. So I try to drop every 90 days just to feed my people. Because my people looking for me, you know. I provide a service for them, you know, and I try to make sure that it's a unique service. I stay away from what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying?
When did you realize your name was up in your city?
In my city?
Yeah.
My name been up in my city since forever. But that when I realized
I'm talking about with your music.
With my music. Like I've been putting out shit and have my city on Smash for a while, but my city's so small that didn't really mean nothing. That wasn't enough to feed me. I still had to be active in other ways. Having a buzz in your city don't really mean nothing. It's good for the energy. It's good to push you and be like, oh, okay, they fuck with me. Now I can do this somewhere else. But it was never a way I could liquidate it coming from a small city. From a small city. Now, in other cities, it's possible. Where I'm from, it's never been done.
Right.
It's never been done. So you know, it's easy to get a buzz in a small city, but to make it out of a small city is the challenge. That's the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And not having a small city mind, growing up in a small city with not that much opportunity, your mind be limited to what you could do, your capabilities. You have to go outside of that environment to see what you could really do. And that's a challenge in itself because you got to fund that. You got to fund that. You got to find a way to fund that to get up out of there. You know, and a lot of cats in small cities, that's their main issue. That's what they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of cats get buzzers in a city and that's enough. That suffices them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's all they want. You know what I mean? And that's another challenge. Not to let that be enough for you because it's easy to get that. But that ain't gonna feed you. It's easy to be the man in your city. You know what I mean? That's not really a challenge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.